What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again with another spoiler-filled review for WandaVision Episode 5. If you guys are new here, feel free to click that subscribe button and that bell notification icon for more reviews, reactions, rankings, and more movie content. Oh man, what an episode full of a lot of junk in it. Very highly anticipated, and we're going to get right into the spoilers, guys. So if you haven't seen Episode 5 yet of WandaVision, go watch it on Disney Plus right now. This episode is titled on a very special episode, and we kick right off with the 1980s setting with Wanda and Vision and their children, and it definitely seems like they're paying homage to Full House with the 80s setting and the tone. And this is funny because Elizabeth Olsen, as you know, is the older sister of the Olsen twins from Full House. So it just makes it even funnier. A lot of funny jokes in this opening sequence, like Vision having their baby's pacifiers in his ears, and then the baby spitting them out. Really funny stuff. And then we just go back and forth between the program and S.W.O.R.D. We see Monica, of course, as you know, in the previous episode. She got thrown back out of Wanda's world, and so she goes tells S.W.O.R.D., Jimmy Woo, and Darcy what's going on, and now they have this investigation to see what this world is. Agnes shows up again, Catherine Hahn, a very cool character, and a very shady character to say the least. This is the episode right here where finally some of our lead characters start to question Agnes's behavior. Vision has some sense and brings it up to Wanda like, Agnes is acting really weird here, and just questioning her movements and constant attitude towards them. And Agnes is definitely going on that path of potentially becoming the villain of this show. She's just a very weird character that's just this nice, smiling, bubbling personality. I always learn the fact that don't trust the people that are happy all the time. Another ability that happens in the episode is Tommy and Billy aging. We saw this, of course, with Wanda's pregnancy. Whenever Wanda uses her powers, her pregnancy goes faster and faster. And Agnes, supposedly using her abilities, ends up changing Tommy and Billy's ages. They're like 5-year-olds, now they're 10-year-olds after Wanda says something. Then they bring a dog into the house and they keep it there as well. The dog becomes an interesting part of the episode for sure. Just a lot of awkward and shady stuff going on in this episode. And I'm just loving just how unique it is. It knows what it is, and it's just very fascinating. I just love Kevin Feige and the showmakers, what they have done with this show so far. We go back to work with Vision, since we saw in episode 1, and he reads an email from S.W.O.R.D., and then everybody in the room, his co-workers, are reading the email S.W.O.R.D. says. It's actually poking fun at classic horror movies, kind of. They're like reading it like you're in Jordan Peele's Get Out or something. It's pretty creepy. There's a lot of horror elements in this episode, which we'll definitely talk about later on in the episode. And a lot of concepts in this episode reminded me of Jordan Peele's Get Out, where we see his co-worker snap out of this reality, this sitcom reality he was in. He's like, "Tell her to stop, Vision. Tell her she's in my head." He means Wanda. So we got a lot of answers in this episode. Wanda really is pulling the strings and manipulating these people in this fantasy world. So Jimmy Woo and S.W.O.R.D. decide to send back in another drone, and Wanda sees the drone and she looks pissed. She looks terrified looking at it. Like, she looks like Brightburn kid, the kid from Brightburn, with her eyes like she's gonna kill it or destroy it. Wanda then completely comes right into S.W.O.R.D., the real world, out of her sitcom world, and says, "Leave me alone. This is my world. If you disturb me again, there will be consequences." And I'm like, oh my goodness, Wanda's doing some really dark stuff in here, but it seems like something to that puzzle. We saw surveillance footage of Wanda actually breaking into the S.W.O.R.D. facility where they had Vision's body. We see that sequence. They had Vision. Wanda breaks in, just destroys, completely busts people's bodies, and takes Vision. And so we all know Wanda is just creating this fantasy world, bringing Vision back to life, using her dark powers, and she's in total control. And they do the cliche of killing the puppy. Dang it. The puppy was adorable. But really what happens, the most interesting parts about this episode happen in the final 5 minutes of the episode. Vision completely snaps and says, "Wanda, you don't tell me what to do. Stop controlling everybody. Stop this right now, Wanda." And they use their powers. They go up in the air. And then something randomly happens. Wanda gets a knock on the door. Vision's like, "Can you stop doing that?" And then Wanda opens the door. And it's Evan Peters! Evan Peters, Quicksilver, is at the door, and my goodness, just to see Evan Peters, we've been hearing rumors that Evan Peters was going to show up in the WandaVision series, just to confirm, the Disney, Fox, X-Men conversion. Is just awesome to see Quicksilver in there. Her brother, and the episode just ends. He's like, "What's the fuss all about?" And he seems kind of weird and clunky too. But yeah, that's where the episode pretty much ends. So we see Evan Peters show up. So I don't know what they're going to do personally with Quicksilver in the next episode. We're going to see that interaction between the two of them in the next episode. Possibly it could be a Vision. Could Agnes be doing that? Or is there another villain like a Mephisto pulling the strings himself? This is by far my favorite episode so far in the series. This show is just getting so good, guys. It's getting so good. It's so good. I'm loving this show a lot more than I was anticipating, and I just cannot wait to see what happens the next episode and what happens in the season finale, because we're not even at the finale yet, guys, and this show is just so good, so engaging, so quirky. Alrighty, guys, that was my thoughts on episode 5 of WandaVision. Let me know your thoughts down below on the episode. Did you love it like me? Did you think it was okay, disappointing, you wanted to see more, or did you not like this episode at all? Let's discuss it down below in the comments. And if you are new here, consider clicking that like button and subscribe button for more WandaVision reviews every single week on the channel. I do movie reviews, rankings, tons of movie content, guys, and the best thing is I do this on a weekly basis. Guys, thank you so much for watching this review. All my social media links are in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!